What's good, everyone? Shiverl48 here, and today I am back with a new video. I know, been a while, right? But for real though. Today we're going to be discussing the Gen 6 and Gen 7 cars, and why the Gen 6 car appears to be on its way out, whether it takes a few years or maybe some point in the mid-20s we'll see the Gen 7 cars, who knows when, but anywho. On to why they bothered introducing the Gen 6 cars in the first place. Now, granted, this kind of spurs back into the COT days as well, but the fact that NASCAR wanted to continue limiting travel, despite the push to reintroduce valances back then. They also wanted to limit bump and run tactics, as, I mean, you can't really do that with the way these Gen 6 cars are shaped, especially the curvature on the nose. Or in the Camaro ZL1's case, the pointiness of the nose. But anyways, the reason they're looking to get rid of those now, roughly like 5-6 years down the road, has to do with the fact that they have negatively affected the quality of racing, especially on downforce tracks. Now, according to Senior Vice President and Chief Racing Development Officer Steve O'Donnell, it said that NASCAR would be meeting with team owners in the next 10 days to begin working on a long-term strategy for the Gen 7 car, which could make its debut in the next 2 to 4 years. Granted, this interview was done in 2017, and there has been no announcement of a Gen 7 car, so it's not going to come in 2019. Especially when Toyota's already unveiled the 2019 Supra. Yeah. However, O'Donnell did acknowledge a general dissatisfaction with the splitter, which has drawn negative reactions from drivers such as Dale Earnhardt Jr. for causing extra damage on spins and through the grass. I mean, if you really want an example, just look up Chase Elliott's Daytona 500 2016, where I believe he goes through the grass and his whole front bumper just rips off. I mean, if you were in a Gen 4 car, that would not happen, but yeah. On pavement, well, simply put, on pavement, the splitter's your best friend. On grass, it is your worst enemy. Now, what does the splitter do? Now, it cuts air off from getting underneath the car, so you're not going to have the guy just pull up behind. You're not going to have a chasing car pull up behind you quite as easily as they used to, because there's a lot less air to suck behind, if you get what I'm saying. However, a real problem with the Gen 6 cars that hopefully NASCAR can change would be the amount of dirty air the car produces because of side force. Thanks to the fact that the sides of the car are unequal, and the way the draft spills over from the front left of the car to the rear right, it creates a lot more dirty air, especially with the small spoiler size, so it's not like you're really getting a lot of that air spoiled so that other cars can draft up behind. And, as Dale Earnhardt Jr. puts it, all it does is make every car and every team live in the same place. So, because of this, the car that is leading the race and the car that's, like, say, 25th are running roughly the same pace, so the passing's not really there. Which is kind of why you see like what you've seen this season, where it's literally just been a three-way battle between Kevin Harvick, Martin Truex Jr., and Kyle Busch. And then maybe Clint Boyer wins here or there, or you see Austin Dillon, but yeah, really just a three-man battle. However, Dale Earnhardt Jr. did understand that the splitter was there to limit the travel. But, well, okay, you know what, I'm gonna quote him directly here, but I understand the splitter was there to limit travel, but I've always thought the wing and the splitter was like a desperate attempt to grasp at a younger demographic. Now, NASCAR has definitely been trying to reach a younger demographic for years. Not to say dumb, but younger demographic. So what they've been doing is adding a whole bunch of new technological stuff to the car. Like if you look at the dashboard now versus say the dashboard in 2012, you'll see a lot more electronics and customization. Like you could see a lot more of what's going on. However, those efforts have clearly been fruitless, as you can tell by basically looking up the ratings for the NASCAR races. I mean, good God. Long story short, they're as bad as what they were around the new millennium. But anyways, so you go on past aerodynamics. They're definitely looking to get rid of the splitter, for sure. So if they get rid of the splitter, what they could do instead is put a valence on the car, which would definitely make the cars resemble the street version a lot better. Because, I mean, come on, you're not going to have a Camaro that looks glued to the ground like they do in the Cup Series. But the difference is a valence channels air underneath the car, which will help drafting, as you'll have some kind of wind to push against the car to give the traveling car a little better grip. Especially if they can fix the side force problem, because then they can go back to what the cars used to be about, which is mechanical grip. If you want like a better look into that, I will share RealRadman's video in the description. But for now, improvements that can be made to the Gen 7 car alongside the valence, you'd think that they'd probably make the spoilers larger again. Not only to help increase the spoiled air, but also create some drag and actually get these cars to have some kind of ability to draft. However, they've also been looking to basically go with what they had in the All-Star race, which was speedway restrictor plates on 1.5 and 2 miles, as well as a larger spoiler and, God, I forget what they put on the front bumpers, but it's supposed to help channel air underneath the car. Definitely not a valence though, because you still got the splitter. I mean, to put it simply, they basically turned those into Xfinity cars in that race. However, if they're gonna go that way, yeah, you gotta wonder, because at that point you'd be able to go flat out at Charlotte. So yeah. Anyways, that's all I have to say. Leave your opinion down in the comments, and this is Chevrolet48, and I will see you in another video. See ya.
Hard from the outside, outside. Hold your line, still there.